Shabbat Shalom.
Hello.
Good to see each and every one of these here. Y'all continue to bless us. I know weather's kind of up and down, but we trust that y'all will watch us and He has His control and way in all these things. So we trust in that that's the way it'll be on that end. So it's certainly up to Him and those things there. And we're glad to He is blessing us, and He will bring us through. That we stay faithful to the things that He has set forth and train our hearts and our minds towards those things. I want to take this time to welcome in all our listeners, those that's in Israel, those that's in Canada, those that's in the Philippines, and where you might be picking us up on the internet. Enter into our house, where our motto is, come one, come all, let us build our future upon the foundation of peace and love. Shalom, ve'ahava. And upon these two principles, when we as a people, our nation, our being, our species, or how we want to identify it out, learn how to live under that condition, then are we ready for Yah's ultimate kingdom. Amen. And the things that He will enter into eternal life. And if we don't, we won't be sharing in that part. See? And so it's up to each and every one of us to make a choice. We can make that choice. And therefore, we try to lay out those things there for us to make that choice, and you choose. But got my mind made up. I like the idea of eternal life.
Amen.
Yeah. Once I get that, I get all this other stuff that you just got to have. Oh, I got that. Hey, once I get eternal life, I get all of that. And not only that, but get it and have time to enjoy it.
Amen.
Yes.
See, that's the thing about it.
Yes.
You can go and get stuff now. I don't have no time to enjoy it.
Comes along, blow it away.
Yeah, right. Or you fall sick. And anything. Hey. Yeah. I know we had a auntie. She worked all her life and everything there. Finally got a house where she wanted to do everything, and then died.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the husband and the kids didn't kill anybody.
Wow.
So her pride and joy and everything was that there, and she did all that stuff there and everything there, and didn't mean nothing to them. They couldn't wait to get rid of it and sell it and stuff.
Yeah.
See? So, that's the way people. So we're gonna make the best choice. I think eternal life is the best choice.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's my bias. So each and every one can do those. All right, here's let's get our tally totals. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitzenu b'mitzvotav v'tzivayim. Bless you, Lord our God, King of the universe. You have sanctified us by thy commandments and commandments concerning the wrap on ourselves in tzitzit. As the rest is standing, you should be near a songbook at this particular time or a piece of paper that have page 3, 0 on it. Women are 19 and up. Men are 19 and up. Youth is 12 to 18. And all is all who can read. I was glad when they said it to me. Let us come on. Now, you got this thing backwards. The servant don't tell a master those things. In. All your time belongs to who?
Yeah.
The master.
Master. Yeah.
And when he says that, all I got to get dropped and you got to do what he says. Yeah, but I got to have time for myself. He says something. He says, my servant whom I have chosen, so that you can know and trust me and understand that I am he. See, now Satan knew that that's exactly what Yah has set his criteria to. And that's why he came up with the Trinity and those things there, to make you not believe this. Because he know that once he gets you on this one thing, he got you. And boy, do we have people nailed. Then he goes along and explains it, what he's talking about. That I am he. And so glad he explained that, because you know, even now people hey, can't understand that. You got to try to come up with something, even to a great mystery and all kind of stuff. You just ain't digging deep enough. You are just any kind of thing. No God was produced before me. How hard is that to understand? Nor will there be any after me. How is that hard to understand? The only reason why we don't understand that is because what we believe. That's what it got. We either got to believe what he says or we don't.
Amen. Amen.
That's all it comes down to.
Amen. Amen.
No,
Amen.
yeah, but I'm talking about this here. I'm talking about that. But you got to see this here. That there's a connection. Hey, you talking about something you don't know nothing about. But I told you what, and now if you believe that, how are you going to believe something you don't know nothing about and all those things there, and you can't believe what I done told you? Therefore, he says here, no God was produced before me, nor will any be after me. I am Adonai. Besides me, there is no deliverer. I have declared, saved, and proclaimed, not some alien God among you. Not some alien God among you. We are not to have an alien God among us.
Amen.
See? For no reason. I don't care what reason you come up with.
Amen.
No alien God among you. We even have Hebrew Israelite brothers, and not only that, but other Israelites. Our forefathers, they interpret that differently. Say, it was all right to have, he said over here in the scriptures here, over here, thou shalt have no other God before me. So it's all right for me to have other gods as long as I don't have one before him.
Wrong. Wrong thought.
Exactly. Yeah. Wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Still let the enemy deceive you. Mm-hmm. So the prophet has to come along and straighten him out and get it straight with him. He says, I am Adonai. Besides me. Why you want these other gods? For what reason? What's the purpose? See? I have declared, I've saved and proclaimed, not some alien God among you. Therefore, you are my witnesses, Adonai. I am God. Not we are God. See? And if we can't do those things, yeah, what do you need us for?
Even those people that keep these, they say good luck charm. That's their God.
Yep, that's it.
How were you gonna say this is your good luck? That when they don't have anything to do with that happens in your life. God is the one.
That's it. That's it. You want to put things out. That's it's just that the rebellious attitude. See? Our forefathers couldn't wait to go ahead and make their own God because we want to be them.
You know, what's good enough to have today.
Yep. You like to think that, hey, and you got all of them that say, hey, let me read your hand, your palm, and there and all that and everything there. Yeah, I know that read the tea leaves and the coffee grinds. I mean, they got all kind of stuff.
So that stuff ain't true.
Huh?
That stuff ain't true.
No.
That's just witches and warlocks supposed to do that kind of stuff.
Now, we have to understand some things about it. They operate in the spiritual world, and the spiritual world
Yep.
is different from our world. Spirit knows some things that we know, and they can tell you some things because they've been around for a long time. But it don't mean that it's of God.
But see, the thing about it, people read those things, and if it says that, don't go out of your house today. They locked up. Hey, I'm not going outside.
Oh, yeah.
It says, don't go out of your house today. But I'm just saying, people, I'm saying I didn't go that far, but I.
Sound like you was close to it, brother.
No, I'm saying, I knew those things, when guides me, because I know, I was raised up believing in God, but still yet I partake in those things.
Yeah.
Just to see what, it's going to say.
Well, was it Clara say call me now, but then she got caught. So that showed whatever she told the people was true.
So we susceptible to whatever we want to do, right? And that's why the Bible says there's God's meaning and Lord's meaning, but they ain't really true gods.
Right.
They're just gods in your imagination, in your mind. How in the world something you made gonna be a god?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's only in your mind it's a god.
Right.
See? They formed and made this statue. This be our, that's our God. You bow down worshiping the God.
Mm-hmm.
You have millions of people doing those things. Whole organization of religious people doing that. See? Dear folks, we are not to be like those things. We're not because we're different. Isaiah 44:6-8. Thus says Adonai, Israel's King and Redeemer, Adonai Zebaoth. I am the first, and I am the last. Besides me, there is one other God.
No.
Oh, okay. Two other gods. You remember I had it wrong.
Ooh. Yeah.
Still got it wrong.
Yeah.
He said, besides me, there is no God. Then where all these other doctrines and where all this other stuff come up and all that, and why are we giving so much recognition, especially to them folks?
We're calm.
Huh?
We're calm.
Yep. These guys go around and they put all kind of books and stuff, boy, we buy the books and we'll do all that stuff there and all that stuff. For what? Why? If all their deep relationship with God ain't got no further than not knowing that there are other gods and alien gods among them, something wrong somewhere. Right?
That's right.
Something wrong somewhere.
Right.
That's what I told her, the lady, she, a homeless lady, she talking about how they got the holiness and all those things, and the Holy Ghost speaking in tongues and all that stuff, and a special relation. I said, you mean tell me about all this year and then speaking in tongues and all that stuff there, and then all that time you gotta learn how to count to 7 again. You don't know which day is the real Sabbath. Something wrong somewhere. Something wrong somewhere. See? And therefore it says, I am the first and I am the last. Besides me, there is no God who is like me. Let him speak out. Let him show me clearly what has been happening since I set up the eternal people. There you go, once again. Eternal people. That's what I'm interested in. Let him foretell future signs and events. Don't be frightened. Don't be afraid. Didn't I tell you this? Long ago, I foretold it, and you are my witnesses. Once again, he let you know what we got to be a witness of. And if we can't be a witness of that, all this other stuff you come along don't mean nothing. Don't mean a thing. Okay? Is there any God besides me? Is there any God beside our God?
No, I know not any.
Israel, is there any God beside our God?
No, I know not any.
He said, is there any God besides me? He said, there is no other rock. I know of none. And so why are we even postulating or even considering it? When they start coming with that stuff, I don't have time for it. So look, hey. But you need to do this. You need to consider. You need to get this deep mystery. No, I need to leave all that stuff alone. My God done told me that there ain't. And that's it. See? Anything other than that, they get you. When Eve was told that added knowledge that helped seal in, she'd have been better off leaving it alone. God knows that when you get this thing, your eyes gonna come over. Oh,
You're gonna be against your creator. Not for it.
oh. So there's some other thing. There might be some other things that that's there that you ain't got. But is it for your good or not?
Amen.
See, she's been a whole lot better. The whole mankind would have been a whole lot better if she never know anything about that knowledge.
Amen.
Right?
That's right.
Because she wasn't ready to handle it.
That's right. That's it. Amen.
God is the one that created us. He knows who we can handle, and He's the one. Eventually, we've got all those things. But we got put such in a deep hole now that we way in trouble. Because we was at a level there. We got knocked down, way down. And y'all knew that we was not able to handle that. That's why He didn't. That's why I said, this is sufficient for you right now. You know? Just like I say, a baby, you don't take a baby and start strapping him into putting cat shoes on him and locking him into blocks and everything. All right, get ready. And then you don't know how to crawl yet.
Now, maybe when they get 5 or something like that, they might strap me to it.
Well, yeah, you got to get over there, you know what I'm saying? But not before you learn how to crawl. They gonna learn to do. How you got all that stuff on him. We got even better sense to know that. So how much more our God?
Amen.
And therefore, dear folks, our God is wise, and He wants us to do those things there, and He tells us, and He gives us that information so that we can follow through on those things and be of Him. See? His Son come along, John 5:30, and tells us some things. People don't believe Him. They bypass and tell them that you don't know what you're talking about. You is that. And He tell them, hey, I'm trying to tell you about me and you gonna bypass that. But they're gonna have some. They're talking about them deep mysteries on it. They're gonna have some explaining to do.
Tell me about this deep mystery you have.
Yeah, right. Don't you know that deep mystery you talking about contradicts what I said? See? In John 5:30, He said, I can't do a thing on my own. Yes, you can. You same power with the Father. You God the Father, you God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. How would you mean you can't do nothing on your own? That's what the Trinity teaches.
But the thing is, when before He became flesh, when He was the Word, He couldn't do anything on His own. The Father.
That's right. In no stage that you want to talk about it, He could do anything on His own.
Right.
Now that's the deep mystery the author we trying to understand. It ain't a hard deep mystery, but that's what it was.
He knows the mind of the Father. That's what He speaks. Speak whatever y'all say.
Somebody had to voice out, let there be light. Who did that?
Yeah, sure.
See? No, He didn't do that.
The Father spoke to He's the Word. He spoke the Word. The Word came.
The Word is what came out from the Father.
Right. But it does.
When I say, let there be light, who's doing that, saying that? Is the Word saying it or is it me saying it?
Well, it's you saying it.
Okay. And that's what Mason was saying. That's what he was saying. Until it is voiced out from the Father, the Word can't go out and do nothing.
Right. Correct.
You don't have no job if y'all don't say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
If he wouldn't have said, let there be no light, wouldn't have nothing to go out to do nothing.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're learning that now. You know, on if you got one of the smartphones and everything there. Hey, I got one. You know, you got this smartphone now. You can just speak to it. Yeah. Call so and so. It calls. Yeah. But if you don't tell it to do that yet. And that's what I'm trying to say. But is that phone mean and got the equal power and all that? No. I find out too on them phones and everything, you better be careful. You better make sure you know what the words you're saying too.
Amen.
Cause I was using to type out my little notes in there, you know, when I want to send somebody a text or something, I found out I could just speak it to it and then it'll type it out and everything.
Yeah.
But
Better look before you send.
yeah, but it's got to be a correlation between them, that there to make sure they understand what you're saying there. Because I said some things there and he interpreted something else and said, I didn't pay no attention. I just know for sure that was it. And come back, what you mean by this here? What? Whoa, what did I say here? I looked up, oh no, I wouldn't into no saying that. But when I take my time and speak it out good and those things there, it does a pretty good job. But it don't make the telephone me,
Right.
right?
Right.
You don't make the telephone become you, even though it did the work.
Right.
That ought to be easy to understand that mystery. That ought to be easy to understand that situation. Right? That shouldn't be no complication. All right. So there are things that we do and those things. And then he comes along, 14:28. And this is where you're going to really get them. I don't know how they're really going to get around that. John 14:28. You heard me tell you, I am leaving, and I will come back to you. You heard me tell you that. You hear me tell you this here. You hear me talking to you now. See? If you love me, you would have been glad that I'm going to the Father. Not I'm going to be the Father, I'm going to him. Why? Because the Father is greater than I.
Amen.
And they say you're lying. First of all, they said he was lying when they said he's going to the Father. Right?
Right.
If you want to dig deep into what they're saying there, ain't they saying that he's lying?
Yeah, according to them, they said.
They're saying you are the Father.
Right. In that very statement, they're calling him a lie. He said, I'm going to the Father. They say, you can't do that. How you going to go to something and you it? Can you go to Yahoo? Can you go to him?
Okay.
Can I go to the Father?
No. I say,
Go to yourself.
yeah, can you go to yourself?
No. I ain't myself.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So when the Mashiach said, I'm going to the Father,
You're actually saying I'm going to the Father.
Yeah, he said he's going to another person other than himself.
that's right. But they say, you can't do that. Because you is the Father.
In the mind of a modalist, he can.
See?
See, Yeshua never called himself the Father when he just walks on his earth.
But the
He
heretic,
always prayed to the Father.
Right.
in the mind of a modalist is a person who's mode. They got mode. Say, well, he's the Father, he's the Son, then he's going to be the Father because he's in one mode, go from that mode, and come back to another
They
mode.
didn't just erase that mode.
He didn't say nothing about no more.
That's right.
See, we accept anything. If I get you to believe that 2 and 2 is 3, then everything else I add to it is true. It's getting you to believe that first initial thing there. Then when you add one on to that, then it'll be true. They add another one on to that, it'll be true then. But the problem is when you believe that first.
Right.
So these modalists and all these other folks say, no.
Yeah, they're crazy with the modalists.
I am going to the Father. See, you can't go to the Father because you is him. Therefore, it got some explaining them. Then he come on down and really bust them down when he said, the Father is greater than I. Woo! And they point that out. Not this. But Jesus is God the Father, he's God the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Not this. The Father, then the Son, then the Holy Ghost. No. And everybody believing that stuff, they call us a cult. Because we don't believe in the Trinity. We don't believe in it. And you certainly can't be no Christian.
Certainly ain't no modalist.
See, certainly can't be no Christian. Because that's the fundamental belief of Christianity. See, according to them, see, is the Trinity. That's the fundamental belief of us not being able, see, to be a witness that he is Yah. He is God. And therefore that knocks you out all the way out of what he wants. Yeah, folks, let's don't do those things. Death is not the end of our hope.
Amen.
See? Well, what is that? See? A lot of people got a whole lot of definitions about what death is.
Separate from that.
See? Now those that says death ain't really dying. They said at some of their funerals.
They ain't conscious of it. They ain't conscious of their being.
Death ain't really death. You just enter into a more glorious and more.
Hey, there's a whole lot of folks ain't trying to go there.
Right.
That's the case.
Eat the big time oil rock.
He cried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, y'all send this money.
Yeah.
Crying for that money.
Right. That dude was crying. Because he didn't believe that God's going to kill him.
And so, but there is such thing as a resurrection.
Yes, it is.
Man.
See?
Book teachers that.
And I had to learn some lessons on that there too. See, just like we learn some other things about other things that, we can get ourselves a tunnel vision and stuff and just think that it's not, and it don't always have to be that way. It ain't just only the righteous gonna be resurrected. We go to John 11. (21) Martha said to Yeshua, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Even now I know that whatever you ask of God, God will give it you. Yeshua said to her, your brother will rise again. Your brother will rise again. Martha said, I know that he will rise again at the resurrection on the last day. There was a doctrine that went out. That was taught. And there was a group of folks that didn't believe that. So just because some things are taught and everything don't mean everybody believe that. I mean, a whole religious group of folks didn't believe that. Yeah?
That's something that surely they knew that Lazarus died, but they didn't accept the fact that Yeshua had raised him from death. can you not believe that? He walking around now.
Yeah.
And you know he was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, we choose to blind ourselves when we see,
Unless they accept the fact that he was dead.
yeah, I think that,
Yeah, that Undertaker made a mistake.
they gave him some kind of herb, something that's gonna stop him from, what you call that herb, Chuck? That herb that they can give you to stop the pulse and all that. I mean, when is that?
slow down
Your heart rate.
yeah,
You think that you dead.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, they got some, they can slow down your metabolism, you know, and slow it down real slow and everything there, so you just barely extend it on out those things, yeah. But here we find that I've talked to some that don't believe, nowadays they don't believe in this here, and they said that was just a special thing. But that don't mean that you can be dead for hundreds of years. I just talking about, that was just on it. I said, what's the difference between 4 days, which you were solidly dead?
His body starts stinking.
All right. I say, versus 100 years. See? What's the difference? You know, ain't no difference in God. See? Right now, we're limited to a certain, you know, if you catch somebody and they're what we call clinically dead or something, and resuscitate them, but you got a certain time period there. But y'all can return that spark of life back. That's what I say. You know? But once that spark of life is gone, you can resuscitate them all you want to. They done folks that way worked on them, boy, and did all those things.
You can have your own machine.
Oh yeah, had on the machine there.
Pumping and everything.
I had a cousin that she was, you know, I came to the hospital because I came to the hospital and I felt her, boy, her body was still, what you call it, and everything there. She was calm.
Yeah, that was being in a coma.
She wasn't even on a coma.
He had a brain.
But they had on a machine. In a coma, my understanding, in a coma, you can breathe on your own and all that.
Oh,
You just don't have your full consciousness.
I had an auntie said that she was in a coma, and she said that she heard while she was in a coma, she said she could hear her, but she couldn't respond. She said, my daddy said, let's just pray for her. And she said, yeah, pray for me. So she knew that she was out of it. She said, but she heard everything, but she could not respond in her coma. I don't know if everybody worked like that.
Yeah.
But she said that she heard everything. She couldn't relate to them.
Yeah.
I didn't know that because she was in a coma. It was an auntie.
But what I'm saying, the status of a coma is where you still breathe on your own,
Right.
and you doing that, you just ain't, you know, it ain't that they, you know, there's a difference between having on a machine there where the machine is breathing for you and burn all that stuff in and everything there, because once they snap all that stuff off there, they'll let you know. You know, but on a coma, you know, you can be that way there, and you still breathe and do all those things there, but you just ain't come to full consciousness.
Right, that's it.
But these guys were dead and stink. You know? They say, by now he's getting ready to stink. But people justify themselves with anything, so they say, well, and as a matter of fact, I talked to one that didn't believe that, and he said, well, I'm just a special thing there, you know, all that stuff. If he'd have been dead 100 years, that wouldn't have happened and everything, because his body would have been gone and all that rotting and all that stuff there. You know, it just caused me time, you know, and all those things there. Well, I better know all that stuff there. Okay? DNA.
Yeah.
DNA.
I wonder how do they accept that?
Some of them don't. They still want to hold on to it. Oh no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Something like that. Okay. But he said, she said, I know he's gonna rise on the last day. See, that's what we believe in everything. He said, but you understand, let me tell you something. Yeshua said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. See? Whoever puts his trust in me will live, even if he dies.
Hallelujah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And everyone living and trusting in me will never die.
Hallelujah.
See? Do you believe this?
I received that.
Mhm.
Yes. See
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we see it. Word. Amen. Unadulterated word.
Now, what that means then we say you never died and you died. Now you want to never die, but you did. Is that a contradictory term or just what they call idiom?
Yeah. Why would you need a resurrection if you never died?
Yeah.
But he's saying that promise is sure.
Right. You're gonna live again.
And therefore, they can't take that from you. That can't be taken from you.
Or you could say you never died to God.
Oh.
There you go.
He said, if you believe in me, because we have a promise of it.
Father's
Right.
We have a promise of eternal life.
Right.
See, now the wicked are going to be but they're going to die again.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? You know, those that are raised up in the second resurrection, they're going to
They're gonna die again.
they can die again. See? That's why I said, blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection.
Mhm.
Because the second death, there's a second death that comes along.
Yeah. No power. Have no power. In other words, they have no power to continue on.
See?
Yeah.
Therefore, want to make sure if we do die, see, we're like in him, that way the second death will have no power over us. But we don't always have to do that. Hey, someone will be around when he comes.
Yeah.
And therefore, we trust that'll be you and me.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Hallelujah.
But in case you don't,
The last generation.
we do have the resurrection.
Amen.
So that, I'm just thinking, great white throne judgment. Well, that's gonna be a lot of people.
Oh, yes.
And man, just think how long that's gonna take to judge all those people. Man,
Well, he can't judge all of them at the same time.
I'm saying, I'm thinking that he gonna make it plain to you reason why you're gonna receive eternal life. This is what you have chosen and done.
He can show them all of them individually at the same time, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's
We're
true. I
talking
guess
about 1,000 years now.
he can put it in your
Yeah, but-
portfolio.
But our reference of time is going to change.
Right.
Sure is.
Right.
Amen. 1,000 years.
See, because
Full day.
right.
A full day. A lot of things to get done.
Yeah, it won't matter.
100 years on my 100 years on my
No.
won't be nothing. Hey, won't be nothing.
Right.
Amen.
Right now we're squares down in the jam because our time is compressed.
Yes.
See,
Ending.
but when the time is stretched out, everything there, and all that time that won't seem like a moment to us.
Hallelujah.
See?
Hallelujah.
Almost seem like that now.
Yeah, it sure do. I mean, man, I tell you, Time, you turn around and 5 years been gone. What? Seems like to me that was just the other day that happened, and everything, and you look it all up and everything. That was 5 years ago.
I said,
Diapers, next thing you know, they graduate.
Yeah. Yep. I tell you. So let us follow through on those things there and know, and that hope is what we work. Okay, we have Sandra. I'll have her to come forward with the banner intro, and our song is "Congregation of the Righteous."
Parashah. The insight of his glory. He that hath an ear to hear what the Spirit is saying to the churches. Isaiah 62, 10-12. Pass through the gates. Prepare the way for the people. Build up the highway. Remove, raise a banner for the nations. The Lord has made proclamation to the ends of the earth. Say to the daughter of Zion, see, your Savior comes. See, his reward is with him, and his recompense accompanies him. They will be called the holy people, the redeemed of the Lord. This banner, which Yah gave, representing Jerusalem and her king, the man whose name is the branch, Zechariah 6:12-13. Isaiah 18:3. All ye inhabitants of the world and dwellers on the earth, see ye when he liveth upon an ensign on the mountains, and when he bloweth a trumpet, hear ye.
Let the swearing gathered with maker. Let the sons of Zion rejoice in the King. Let them praise his name with dancing. Let them sing praises to him with timbrel and the loud. For the Lord takes pleasure in his people. And we let the humble with his true word. Praise the Lord, sing to the Lord, his song in the congregation of the righteous. Praise the Lord, sing to the Lord, his song in the congregation of the righteous. Let the saints be praising his glory, his glory, on their head. I can sing for joy, even on their bed. And the high praise of Yahweh in their mouth. He gave pleasure in Israel. Israel will bless the humble. He the Lord is walking the congregation of the righteous. Praise walking the congregation of the righteous. This is God's action. Universal restoration. Action on the heart of Israel. This time is not only for Israel itself, but for the nation. The giver of this battle is God. We have the 12 apostles of the Lamb. 12 tribes of Israel demonstrated like God. Let the symbols that he has planted in the earth, and he shall bring forth as blood. Glory, in a glorious time, we give the Lord now. Our King, the righteous holy God, the reign of the throne of David, in Jerusalem. Hallelujah. Sing to the Lord. Praise the Lord. Sing to the Lord. In the congregation of the righteous. In the congregation of the righteous. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
say congregation of the righteous. But you better learn about what it means
Amen.
for you.
Hallelujah.
Jump and say, hey, I want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And that's going to take a little. Yeah. And, it's a while. See? We all won't learn on the same curve.
Amen.
You know.
Right.
And I also update strikes in Syria to control, see, Iran's weapon ships. You know, Russia told Israel, hey, don't be striking over here in Syria anymore and all those things. Israel said, okay, if you need to control that, you need to take care of that, you know, because Iran is over here and they got a purpose. They ain't just over here just fighting for Assad to keep him around. They got a whole new agenda. Their agenda is to be closer, so they just slip across the border there and slip them rockets and stuff over to Hezbollah in Lebanon. So who's gonna take care of that and do those things there? So Netanyahu was supposed to go down and talk to Putin about that, but apparently he did nothing. So he will say, hey, we gotta take care of our own self. See? Too late after to get all them weapons and everything now. So they hit them all up. So you see that situation is changing over there now. And so they all upset about it. But Israel's got some stuff that they don't know nothing about. Because them boys around Damascus and all of Syria, they bought them new S-300s and the S-400s and sort of that. And guess what?
Wow.
Guess what? Didn't stop Israel. It didn't stop Israel. Yeah.
It's hard to see a stealth bomb.
All those things there. At those things there. And yet still, they detected it, they saw the things and everything there, but hey, it blowed up some factories that was building missiles there and everything that they were shipping out to Lebanon and those things there. And Israel blew them up.
And almost for them to do that, they must have some eyes on the ground somewhere. I'm sure. Because they got some eyes that's watching things around there. Because you just can't see that from the air.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. They got one of the best intelligence
In the world.
in the world.
That's right.
But here's what I want you to understand. Necessity creates a whole lot of stuff.
Mother of invention.
Right? If you ain't got nothing, if everybody around you is your enemy and all that, you better stay alert. You better have some alert system going on.
Eyes on the ground, you better have something.
You better have something going on.
Yeah.
See? So it's out of necessity they got to have it just to exist. And plus, I tell folks, and I believe this, they got the God of Israel on their side.
Yeah.
See? And they are just in harmony with what his plan is. And therefore it can't fail. Not because of the people. And that's what a lot of folks are looking at wrong. Oh, them Jews over there, them Edomites over there, and they got all kind of terms and everything there, but they're forgetting that
Not what the people, the land.
Yah said, I'm doing this. And he tells Israel, don't you be bragging about your righteousness. Because it ain't because of your righteousness that I'm doing this. Why is he doing that?
For his name's sake.
That's exactly right.
That's it.
So why do we sit there and John and with all the folks get all enraged and stuff? I'm not saying we do it. Why Israelite, Hebrew Israelite? Why they're like, we please all do them all that, and we jump all them over there, and
Lack of understanding.
that's exactly what it is. lack of understanding. We done get this colorblind stuff and then get this stuff here, and we just messed all up. Otherwise, we gotta get past that. Otherwise, we're gonna be right in that group that the prophet says, gonna think that they're doing God's will and fighting against his program. That's what colorblind, that's what color and all that stuff get you in trouble with. And I already got them promoting and teaching lies now. Them kids kicked us out of our land and they took our land and everything and taking our identity and all that stuff there. Therefore, you lost all of that way before the case was around. Hmm? God told us what's going to be able to kick us out. No case no anybody would have been able to do it. See? Right?
Right.
We failed.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, whatever that God say is true. Your habit, your doing. And long as we want to sit there and blame somebody else for it, we ain't taking responsibility for it. We ain't taking responsibility for it. And until we start taking the responsibility for those things here and see and understand and get past all, then are we ready for our God to fully deal with us. As I said, well, you can't fully deal with people that don't fully do it, though. You can't break a habit stuff unless you had first got to admit that you got it. Right?
You know, it is amazing how some of these negative camps get on the internet and on the line, or whatever, and do all this talking out there, like they're talking for all of Israel.
Uh-huh.
They're not. They're only talking for their little alphabet camp. You know,
And that's why I let them know.
Hateful talking.
That's why I let all these. Had a guy come over there, and he was over there. We was at a conference, and he was talking about, yeah, they didn't believe this and all that. And I had to give, because we certainly don't believe that. He's talking about he's one of the Torah-oriented people. They don't believe in the Mashiach. They don't believe in him because them that believe in the Mashiach believe this and believe that, and all that. And I told him, I said, you're wrong. You got that wrong. I said, we're not like that. We ain't got to believe all that stuff you talk about. And yes, we still believe that he's a Mashiach. Get a little upset with us and everything, but hey, I can't speak for us.
Amen. Amen.
We speak for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But if you believe in Mashiach, you got to believe that. No, I ain't. You know, she told me, and I still believe in the Mashiach. I ain't got to believe all that stuff. I say, that's a lie you done, and that's what you done. Just like, all Hebrew Israelites don't teach the same thing.
Amen. Don't believe the same thing.
That's right.
Well, y'all probably already said that, because you got Hebrew Israelites don't think the white man gonna be saved, don't have a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure is wrong with them.
I guess white people want to change and become black before. Gonna have to change his colors to be saved and all that. No, and that's ridiculous, dear folks.
Disgrace.
I said, y'all created everyone that's here on the earth. And you tell me they don't have a chance to be saved.
His image is his image.
See? That's it. That's it. And therefore, we got to get rid of those things and understand the perspective of. See how we can take one thing and then just misapply the whole thing to it, get it all down to everything now, and it's not that way. People don't got to have the blood, No, you ain't got to have the blood to be saved.
Amen. You gotta have one blood though.
Hmm.
You gotta have that blood.
You can be saved and don't have a drop of Israelite blood in you.
That's right.
Amen.
But see, somehow we done got it to the point, right? Oh no, you got to have that there. Wrong again.
Natural rain.
In our Israel update, Netanyahu still having trouble forming a government.
He's out of there.
By the 12th,
Hallelujah.
he's supposed to have he asked for 2 weeks and get a 2 year extension. So they thought by now it's the 18th now. They thought for sure that almost 1 week to pass. You know, we only got the extension for 2 weeks, and he still ain't got it.
How much longer he get?
Huh? He got another week to go now.
Another week?
And then it goes back into re-elections again.
Trump went first step in.
See, he just barely made it the first time. See? And so he's having some problems. Okay? And trying to get this unity. He's buddy with the deal maker. See? And the deal maker and pull all the stuff he can to make it look good and everything there, pull all the stuff and everything there, and he still ain't. And I think that's one reason why the deal maker haven't put down his peace plan, because he knows that peace plan ain't gonna sit too good with Israel either. It's gonna be highly in Israel's favor, but it's still gonna be, you know, in any deal or stuff, you gotta give up some stuff. Keep holding off on that there, holding off on that and delaying that there, because you know that. See, but therefore, if it's not God's peace plan, as Ella Mack had in this book that they started, but if it's not according to that there, it ain't gonna work. Why? Because God has a peace plan already laid out.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
He already had it laid out.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Amen.
And a lot of folks don't like, well, I don't like it, but then you just gonna be out.
That's right.
That's all. That's the thing of it is. We either believe it
Oh, you don't.
and be in,
That's right.
or you don't believe it and you're out.
Amen.
Right.
There ain't no section. There ain't no.
No in the middle. Amen. Hallelujah.
Well, I gotta see him get some retribution for taking for you don't care. One asked me, you don't care how those folks treated us or what they did to us. That wasn't right for all that.
No, it ain't right. But that don't mean nothing.
What did you do to get in trouble?
I even tell them different. I tell them it ain't a matter of right or wrong. Is it?
No.
It's not a matter of right or wrong.
No matter what God wants.
It's a matter of God told you how the folks gonna be.
Right.
Consequences. That's right. Consequences.
Yeah.
Still talking.
Only God make the determination whether something is right or wrong, not you.
Amen. That's true.
Yeah.
God makes that determination.
Master plan.
When it really comes down to it, he makes that determination as who is right or wrong. Because naturally, you know, well, he shot him, and he robbed a bank. He didn't have to shoot me. He didn't have to do that there. What was he supposed to do then? You know that's part of it. If you're gonna go in and do something, you know that ahead of time. Then you gonna jump and get mad because the police do what it's.
Oh, yeah, he shouldn't be doing it.
That's it.
They saying, well, he was running away.
Yeah. You give him the money.
You're done something wrong, but you're gonna run away once you see the police.
Run away with the sack of the bank's money.
Well, as you know, there are some situations are totally out of the box. You know, we know that. So I think one is that wrong thing, and some things we don't do anything and still get shot, killed.
Well, we're talking about that.
Yeah, well, you have to have a balance discussion if you're gonna talk
No,
about that.
but I'm saying that's not a balanced discussion because this person didn't do nothing and got shot. But
Right,
the other person, he did something.
right,
But people walk about that because the police shot him.
right.
But he said, you run away?
All right, that's true, but like this country is what it is. You know, young man goes up and happen to be Caucasian and shoot up the school and give up. He gave up. Nobody shot him,
Well,
All right.
he wasn't running away.
but he gave up.
Right.
All right. If there would have been the other way and the person would have gave up, and hands up,
I'm saying,
pow, pow, pow.
yeah, then I agree with that.
Right.
The point is that the police said, halt, you have done wrong, you should stop.
What is the job of the police?
To protect.
No,
Not protecting nothing.
no.
To run away. What is
No.
What is it protecting?
If you call the police there to your house and everything there,
Oh, yeah.
that police comes there to take that trouble away.
It is trouble. But yeah, but something they negotiate the trouble.
And not only that, but to catch that person. They go and get your stuff and take off with the run your church. You expect police. He get away with my car. Police said, okay, well, he gone then. He's leaving with it.
You ain't gonna stop
Yeah, that's it then. He no danger to you, he leaving. Yeah, but he going with my car. What do you think the police gonna do?
him?
I'm here to protect you from him doing something to you. But he take it off with your car.
Well,
Just answer the question.
The question is that it's a matter in this country.
I'm just saying, like Miles said,
It's a race thing. Y'all know.
the guy running around with a bag full of the bank's money, and he running off with it and everything. And the police will just sit there and say, well, he leaving the bank, you know.
And two, you can't call every person is racist. You do have those that are, but you can't say they all.
And they got some black cops that been shooting some folks too.
Right.
Yes,
And it ain't white folks that been shooting for black folks. Something we'll look at just one way. It's a twofold thing.
Yeah.
I want that police not only to come in early, but hey, I want them to get after my stuff that he got.
I don't want to kill him
See?
because they took the car. Shoot the tires out. That'd be fine.
The thing is, they should be abiding by the law. They shouldn't be breaking in, taking stuff. They should be working.
Yeah.
So-
this law here is unproportional and unjust. But when Yeshua come back, he's gonna straighten it out.
Right.
But here it's unjust.
So you should be wrong if he's sentencing this person to death.
That's his call, but he's not.
The
police not the police call because he's not the judge. He's only the police.
But what do Romans say? Bible says that God placed them in this position to make sure that everything is ran right. You know.
Yeah.
To be the judge here.
Yeah. That's in when they read that there was in a righteous society, but this society is not a righteous society.
Oh, Roman certainly wasn't a righteous.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's
Oh man, they don't want to wear the Romans were. Here, the point I want to say is that it's just a whole lot of perspective until you on the other side.
Right.
To you on the other side.
I know you love it.
And then when you're on the other side, you don't think nothing about that there. We want to go, you know, depends on what you want to do. We want to go home and get Mr. John. And don't tell me you're going to get Mr. John just to scare somebody. If you do, that's the wrong reason to go get Mr.
No,
John.
you can't. No, you got to use that. You gonna use it.
All right, then.
So in your house, he might go out there running.
I can't shoot him in the back.
So you gonna shoot him in the leg?
I'm not gonna shoot him.
Oh, you're not?
No, as long as he's not a threat.
Oh, okay.
If the threat is coming to me, then it's a threat. But the threat is leaving, you can't shoot him in the back.
But a policeman has different authority than you do. Police is not on the same authority as you. You have to understand that. You have to understand that. But nevertheless, all I'm saying here is that here he's having trouble forming his government, and if you don't get his government formed in the next week, you got one more week to go, and if you don't do it, and it don't look like he's even getting close, then they're going to have to go to another election. And one of the things that's really messing him around and everything there is that the problem with his family. See, his family, you know, and that legitimacy and stuff that his wife got into it and taking kickbacks and this, you know, and we see that our President Trump and he's in insane trouble now. They got his son now. He got to go subpoena his son now and stuff. He got to go up and ain't the House that subpoenaed him. It's the Senate that's subpoenaed him.
And it was Republicans.
And you know, and they're led by the Republican. But they're the one that said, hey, look, now you got to come up and explain this now. So now he's upset about that and all those things. Yeah. Now he's trying to he's doing all he can now to get us in a war with Iran now.
Yeah. Well, I think that's heading that way very soon, because he has Bolton, which is a warmonger, and other people all the people that was for him to help stop that is all gone. He fired all those generals. Now he got all these warmongers say, go get it, man, go get it.
But
eventually he will.
But the only thing of it is, God is still in control. And he's got angels there holding back the four winds.
Thank you.
So it's still out of their hands.
Still out of their hands.
Even though he might try to do those things there, but Yah says no.
Yes.
So hey, he might want to do those things there and all that there. But even though he want to do those things there, but even all the European countries and stuff are saying now, United States is wrong about that there. We ain't joining in with them. But it's all about the oil. Now I don't know why we are in such a big thing and show you further, because we're supposed to be oil independent.
The number one oil exporter now.
Then so we're supposed to be all independent and everything. So why are we so much worried about those things here? See?
Greed.
That's it. That's it. And war comes because of those greed and those things there. So now tension between Iran and the USA increases and had to do with the oil ship. You know, those tankers get messed all up and everything there, boy, the United States, we'll, you know, listen. Because they said that only certain people supposed to be able to buy oil from Iran. All the nations ain't gonna go along with that.
Yeah. You know, they're independent also.
Yeah.
What to do.
So now the United States saying, well, if y'all have done with them, we gonna cut it. But yet see, we said that we independent. Don't have to count on that all, but the other folks do. So you see how that's gonna work out. The world is in a high tension now. And what is it? Wars and rumors of wars. And that's the time that I don't see nothing about no peace. You know, everybody said that Trump was going to come in and he's going to be a big peacemaker. They thought Obama was going to be the peacemaker. And now now Trump was supposed to be it. And all the stuff that he's supposed to be coming to for peace is falling apart now. North Korea, they're laughing at him. And now China's sitting up there mad at him.
Prices, Walmart come out shooting up their prices.
Uh-huh.
And they said within 6 months, their car prices are going to be shooting up.
Yep.
He's not hurt. A billionaire is not hurting for any food. It's the poor people that's squeezed on this.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. We you don't know hurt them got that money there, you know. Now you had to backtrack with Mexico. Yeah. jumped out of the deal with Mexico and everything. Now he had to turn around and go and sign the deal with Mexico and Canada. He jumped out and jumped out of the deal with that and found out that didn't work like what he thought it was, and it worked out. And now he had to backtrack on that because he jumped at it because of Obama that had to deal with Mexico and with Canada, about the steel and the aluminum and all those things there. And now I had to backtrack on that. Oh, we had already the deal. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Dear folks, perplexity in the world. You're doing stuff and then you're backtracking on it and all that stuff there. And then, he said Mexico was going to build a wall and everything there. And now he's mad and now he's getting money for the Pentagon and they're going to do it. And then it's
taking money from unauthorized sources.
we in this trouble. We in this time. The Bible said what happened. And it's right in there. And he said, those that see that generation that see all those things happen, and that's why I'm naming all the different. We're in the generation that we can see all these things happening. He said that generation won't go. Yeah, folks. All the aspects we be talking about is happening. You can see that happening in our generation.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
We gotta watch and be sure of those things and get our act together. All right, we have a solo by Sister Taylor. So, all right, I like that. Take me to the King, because a kingdom is coming, and a kingdom without a king is no kingdom.
Amen.
So we got our king.
Oh yeah, we got our king now. He's ready.
He's just that he's waiting on us. They didn't want to wipe us all out.
Amen.
Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces. It's my offering. Take me to the King. Truth is, I'm tired of shunting you. I'm trying to pray, but where are you? I'm all churched out, hurt and abused. I can't wait what's left to do. Truth is, I'm weak. No strength to fly, no tears to cry. Even if I try, yet still my soul refuses to die. One touch will change my life. Just take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces. This is my offering. Lay me at the throne, but leave me there alone to gaze upon His glory and sing to Him the song. Just take me to the King. I'm tired. Stop playing these games. Need a word for these people's pain. So Lord, speak right now. Let it pour like rain. 'Cause we're desperate. We're chasing after you. There's no rules, no religion. And I make my decision to run to you, the healer that I need. Just take me to the King. Don't have much to bring Him. My heart is torn in pieces, but this is my offering. Let me praise upon His glory. I want to sing to Him this song. Take me to the Lord, we're in the way, and we keep making mistakes. Ooh, take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces. This is my offering. Take me at the throne. Leave me there alone. When the days of all His glory, I want to sing to Him this song. Take me to the King. Just take me to the King. Take me to the King. Take me to the King.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
On fire, on fire.
All right. Ready for the King?
Amen.
We got to change some of my attitudes.
I want the kingdom.
That's right.
We got to change some of my attitudes. Go before the King, you ain't got no second thoughts.
Second chance.
You ain't got no back talking like that. That's it. Well, I don't think it's right. Well, who asked you what you think? Who asked you what you think?
I'll put his hand.
What? No!
Amen. Hallelujah.
See, as I said, we done got so bad here in America. See, we're gonna learn all over again. We think we go in there before they like can't do that.
I got rights.
Yeah.
You got no right.
But someone's learned some sense though.
Yeah, you have to one hand and foot from out here.
Like I said, hey, they told me I had some rights too and everything now. But I looked over there and saw the guy got his hand on his gun and all that and all that there. And hey, them rights went on out the road. Go ahead. He said, go there and shut up and sit down there, Curly. Hey, shut up.
Hold your peace.
That sure did.
God, good.
I could have. Hey, you could have told me. I got rights. Yeah, might not have been here today to tell y'all about that. Yeah, at least I stood for what I was talking about. No. No. It wasn't worth that. I decided he had the upper hand, so I'm following what he said. Which brings us to the point here of counting of your mouth. Today is day 28, which is 4 weeks of the counting of the Emor, Malchut of Netzach. Netzach is endurance, see? And Malchut is nobility, sovereignty, majesty, dignification. See? Now, the whole emphasis of this is that what I'm doing, do it register for me to make that stand or not, that endurance stand. Like I said, they told me I had rights and everything. Now, I could have stood up there and I decided, hey, this ain't dignified enough. The police said so, and I'm gonna push it. He done told me to, all right, get over there, sit down on that chair over there, and then shut up. Mm-hmm. If he just told me to just run, but he told me and shut up. I went over there and shut up and sat down. Make sure I didn't make no wrong moves. Because I looked behind there, the other police had the door over there with a shotgun and sitting in the crack of the door, pointed out at us. I think it's time now to forget about it. Yeah, that was what it was. But we know what it was, what really it was about, but irregardless of that they had the upper hand. See? We had been running around there all day long with those Spanish girls there at Guthrie. We was up there in Guthrie because they had a what was the girls right. And so we had been up there, we were riding all around all day long with them, so then he finally asked me, say, well, we got a report that there were some black guys up here, in a car that just robbed the place or something. I said, yeah, sure.
Brought that in just to
have an excuse to stop.
Right.
But it looked like y'all ain't it. So, but see, if we put any kind of other thing and all that, we learn about that. Okay. They didn't like that.
They like it.
So did y'all come again after that next week, that following week?
Yeah, we came back up there. We went back up there again and everything else, but hey, we ain't riding around with the.
That was Spanish girls. They were closer to us than it is to them.
Yeah, but they still get your life.
They considered white.
Yeah, right.
They are considered white.
We stayed on the property and stuff this time. And hey, we take the girls all around and everything and showing them all around. Hey. Yeah. So you gotta learn to be smart, you can't be dumb. They got a job to do too and everything there, and like sometimes the bias get into them. And so we got to know when to stand strong and when guys in the car told us that, hey, look, man, boo out the way. One of his buddies that he was talking to said, hey, this guy, car, much way. He looked back there and saw me and said, forget that in. I could just tell, I see the right, read his lips and everything there, you know, and turn on around and kept on talking and blocking the road. My wife today. I ain't got nothing to back me up. They ain't got nothing to do with that. Hey, he the kind of right somebody actually he had. He that dead by the verse, dad turned up around the road like that, dad turned up the yard, turn around, and went on home the next another way. He said, hey, ain't even gave a second thought about it.
Amen.
Kind of like that police. He sat there and watched this guy run up to the stop sign, and instead of stopping, he just slowed down. He sat there and watched him for a week. So he said, I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna stop this guy. So he stopped him. He said, hey man, he said, I've been watching you for a week. He said, you run up and understand what he was talking about. He made that police mad. That police went to whooping him across his head with that billy club. He jumping around there hollering. Police said, you want me to stop or slow down?
You have a problem understanding?
He understood the difference.
Yeah, right.
You know, I had the same incident, coming home and in the middle of the road, the guy was squatting down talking, and I was, behind waiting. And he had to call over the, other guys and the guy that was me.
Like, what you gonna do,
Right. So I just turned around, bagged up, and went the other way.
I sure did.
I said, hey, I got more than one way to go home.
Yeah, right.
When they try to store something,
But by right and all that, I could have
you might have got a little that day.
something, some things, cause you ain't getting a blow like that. You ain't gonna come scot free out.
No, you're gonna get some blows back.
Right. So I said, hey, I waited on home and everything and wasn't feeling nothing, no aching nowhere. Wasn't hurting or nothing. See? Wasn't scared about somebody doing something to me.
You looking behind you.
Yeah.
Right. See, it's about showing, hey, I'm tough. I'm bad,
And all that kind of stuff.
They might want to ram your car if you did, blocking the road.
They are the ones who will approach me and serve me. To me,
And also,
okay, and offer me the fat and the blood, says Adonai Elohim. They will enter my sanctuary, approach my table, to minister to me and perform my service. Once they enter the gates of the inner country clothing, they are not to wear any or inside it. They are to wear linen turbans on their heads and linen underclothing on their body, going out to the people in the outer courtyard. They are to remove the clothes in which they minister, lay them in the holy rooms, and put on other clothes, so that they won't transmit holiness to the people by means of their clothing. They are not to serve, they are not to shave their heads or let their hair grow long, but must keep their hair carefully trimmed. No Kohen is to drink wine when he enters the inner courtyard. They may not marry a widow or a divorcee. but must marry virgins descended from the house of Israel, or a widow whose descendant's husband, deceased, husband was a Kohen. They are to teach my people the difference between holy and common, and enable them to distinguish between clean and unclean. May I have a special blessing to read.
Amen.
Dear folks, when we read in the scriptures and when we understand the aspect and what Yah is talking about, we hope that we all get a picture of how things is with Yah, because for some reason we don't seem to understand. See? And with the different levels, there are different requirements.
That's right.
See? And so we need to know those things and understand those things. Otherwise, this is what causes us to compare ourselves among ourselves, and that's not wise. Okay? We are not all on the same level.
Amen. Amen.
And not gonna be. My heart is on. Get over it.
Hallelujah.
See?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
See? Go to the book of Leviticus, the 21st chapter. And I'm going to start reading the first 6 verses there.
Leviticus 21.
21. Leviticus 21.
1 through 6.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay. Adonai said to Moshe, speak to the Kohen, the sons of Aaron. Tell them, no Kohen is to make himself unclean for any of his people who died.
Now, right there, you can't make a history of it. You can't, you know, why? Because you're going to have to make a decision. Yeah.
So then, I consider myself in that level. So I don't consider going to, I can't go to my my other people, but I can go to my mama and other people like that. But I can't go to anybody else's. Be considered unclean.
Yeah.
And except to be on the Sabbath, then I can't go. I'm
You say you was a what?
bringing it.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna bring it.
Yeah.
If I call in, I'm gonna bring it.
And so therefore, he says here that you just can't go to just anybody's. There are special ones that you can go to, and some that you can't. And it had to do also with the time that you're going to be doing it and the operation of those things there. See, there's a lot of things that have to do with it. He said, but you got to be selective. Read on.
Okay? Except for his close relatives, his mother, father, son, daughter, and brother.
Mm-hmm.
He may also make himself unclean for his virgin sister, who has never married, and is therefore dependent on him.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Now, she got to be dependent on him.
Right.
Usually,
Take care of her.
usually what it means by that there, it meant the fact that she was living in the house
With him.
Right.
Yep.
and she was going by his rules and regulations.
Mhm.
But if she's out on her own and all those things there, then she fall under that too. But now, if you were just a regular Israelite, there ain't no restriction there. See? You can do that thing. You haven't did wrong. You haven't did it. You haven't did on a defilement. You haven't did an unclean act. But if you do those things today, you done an unclean act, and you got to do something about that. Whereas the other person, they ain't did nothing unclean, so they ain't got to do nothing. Ain't that something? And we all serve the same God. But there's different levels, different requirements. Okay? And there are different specialties. You know? Just like we have them that are the Levites here. See? There are different requirements for them. See? They have to allocate their time and stuff to come and to see about the sanctuary and to see about this thing there and to make sure when you come in here, it's different requirements for them. And in the requirements of the thing, there are different special. They get treated different. Oh, how come they treat them? And Friday so-and-so get treated that way, and Friday and we don't get treated that way because you're on a different level. Come a certain time, hey, the Levites and those that are registered in those things there, hey, you know, they got service of the level. But there's a requirement that goes along with that level too.
This one.
And that's what God was telling them. Yeah, you Kohanim, you know. Kohanim, they get to eat of the sacrifice and stuff there. The tithes, they get a chance to share them with the tithes and those things and everything. But there's also a requirement that goes along with that. Well, other folks can't do that. So they get perks and they get those other things there that things there. Read on.
He may not make himself unclean because he is a leader among his people. Doing so well perform him. Okay. Queens are not to make bald spots on their heads. Mere bald spots. In other words, you can't cut a square out of his head like these.
You can't, right?
Right.
You can't, you can't do like these. We got kids and stuff doing that, making all kind of designs and stuff on the haircuts and all that. They can't do that. Tattooing. Ain't nothing to do about that. Try to deal with the Israelites and stuff, but make it go quicker though. But the point over there is that you ain't supposed to do it.
Right.
You know, they got these design now, but you get all kind of haircuts and all that kind of stuff now. You can't do that. Where it's right for somebody else to do that, but it ain't all right for you to do it. Why? Because you're at a different level.
Right.
You don't belong to yourself. You don't belong to yourself.
Yeah. So we got to understand that. We see that there. We are not of all the same level. Okay? And therefore, there's a different requirement of those things here. Now, read the 13th to the 5th through the 15th.
Okay. He is to marry a virgin. He may not marry a widow, divorcee, profane woman, or prostitute, but he must marry a virgin from among his own people.
Oh, now it'll get into the marriage. You can't get out and marry just anybody you want to and all those things. And I'm talking about this among the Israelites now. Of course, a marrying outside of it is a bad thing, you know, for Israel. But this is talking about within Israel. A Kohanim just can't do that. Whereas a regular person can and ain't did nothing wrong. But a Kohanim can't do that. See? So a lot of folks want to say, hey, I want this special, and that's why we tell them, you holler about, hey, dog, you need a special way. You sure you want it? Don't you know the more special that you are, the more requirement there is of you? So God get into your marriages. Oh, they get too far now. We don't like for him just get into the general. Now he gonna even get above that general. and say, not only can you ain't supposed to marry somebody outside, but not be unequally yoked, but now he gets into it talking about the character of who you can marry.
That's right.
Why? Because all those things reflect on your dealings and on you. So read that, what it say?
It says, he is to marry a virgin. He may not marry a widow, divorcee, for fame not disqualified. Okay, yeah. Woman or prostitute, but he must marry a virgin from among his own people, and not disqualify his descendants among his people.
All right.
When it says own people, that don't mean anybody outside the other races or just own people.
No, he has to marry within that family.
The family of Cohen.
Yeah.
If he's the high priest.
If he's the high priest.
It's not Kohen Haggadah. It's
Right, the Kohen.
Well, even the Kohen is any Levite.
Right.
Right.
But then the Kohen Haggadah, he steps into a whole different look, another picture. So we just talk about, see, you might understand that you ain't talking about the Kohen Haggadah, but here it is talking about the Kohen Haggadah because it says Aaron.
Right.
House of Aaron. The Kohen Haggadah. He just couldn't marry anybody. The high priest couldn't just marry anybody. Because let me tell you something. That wife that you marry and all that, she had to be an understanding, just like people right today. Every woman can't be no minister's wife.
That's right.
I told you before I got married again, I was talking to this one lady. She was trying to set me up with this one brother. She was a nice lady and everything, and she threw the brakes on. Whoa! Wait a minute. She said, "What am I doing here?" She said, "Oh no. Ain't got nothing to do with you and everything else, but your position." She said, "I ain't putting her in no position like that." See, because she was in that position, see. So she said, "No, forget that there. I ain't doing that." So I ain't gonna do that to her, come take it. It looks, can't take it. See? Because she had to be special above others. See? Because there are some things that had to happen, and those are things that she had to put up with, that had to go along with the situation there. And yeah.
In this awakening, we find that people are coming to who they are in Yah. And some of them are called to the area that Yah called them to, especially in this area. But they already married somebody who, in that situation, or women that are in that situation who are prostitutes, who are all this. Nothing you can do about that if you already called in your situation. But now in Israel's situation, that was a perfect scenario. But the scenario we're living in now don't even fit the category.
Well, you still talking about the point of it is that these things are still restrictions and all that must be applied and understood because of the fact that it can have repercussions upon you. If you married to a wife that can't stand you out being out with somebody, it's like this one guy. He told me he was a minister, and he said that I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I gotta tell you, I tell you right now, if my wife ain't in the car with me, and I see you stranded out on the road there, well, don't expect me to stop and pick you up because I ain't gonna do that.
Got a jealous wife.
Yeah. Now let's still you far. How you like for your wife to be out there stranded out on her and I pass up because I ain't got my wife in the car with me?
I'd rather for you to pick her up.
No, that's what I'm saying. But hey, this guy said he ain't gonna do it because he know how his wife feels. And he said that. He said, I'm telling you right now, I ain't gonna pick you up. He said, now I'll go on down there and try to get some help for you and call somebody and all that. But I ain't gonna pick you up.
That's a terrible situation.
It's bad to be married to a situation like that, married to a woman like that, if you know you're gonna be in a situation like that.
His wife has got him disciplined. His wife has got him disciplined.
That's just what I mean.
I'm just asking a question. Didn't they have like special women for them? You know, like you just said, that you couldn't go out and get anybody. But within the house of Israel, weren't there like special women that grew up?
Oh yeah, they had trained women. There were people that women that came to the temple that trained to be those things there and all. And that's what I'm saying. You got to have people that are trained for that situation. And I understand that the guy got to take off and go, and he got to be gone there, and you can't be bothered with him. And especially time, like I said, when the Kohen had a dog got to go into the church, you can't have no wife. You can't be going in there worried about your wife and everything.
Right.
They're gonna drag you out.
I forgot to call her, and she's gonna be mad because I didn't call her. Oh, yeah. No.
But she's a special person too.
See? Of course.
She's a special person.
That's why he said it all. He said, now you can't just marry anyone, but you can marry a woman that's used to that and understand that she's a woman, then you can marry her. Because she understands that situation. She understands those things. They know there's a time coming when you're dedicated to me and those things there, and you ain't got time for, you ain't paying me no ticket up, but you go and so on, so there you go. But you get in some situation that's tough, man.
They be gone. You been gone too long.
Yeah. Right. Can't you understand that there? If we can't see that there, then hey. And you was talking about the nowadays, but back in those days, they were more accustomed to understanding those things and doing it. But but you also have situations that goes along with it too. But all these things are things that help us out to do. But you're not qualified and have to have those restrictions. You can all marry whatever you want to marry. Those things there. But you could not do those things otherwise because it's going to hamper and mess you up and cause problems for you. Mm-hmm. That's why God didn't want us to marry outside of Israel. It wasn't because of the people that He was, it was because they're going to mess you up. How they going to mess you up? He said, they will turn your heart.
Away from Him.
Yeah.
You turn the king's heart, your heart ain't nothing.
Of course. Well, I mean, that goes both ways. That goes for men and the women because the women get crazy too.
That's
right.
True.
That's right. Don't marry anything with pants.
It ain't the men that get crazy. The women they get crazy too.
Yep. Imagination runs away with it.
Yeah. They start doing all kind of stuff and acting and all that stuff there. And so, but there's restrictions to those things there. And not only that, dear folks, but there's restrictions to your children.
Oh yeah.
Preachers' children. Read the 9th verse. Leviticus 21:9.
Okay.
See?
The daughter of a Kohen who performs himself profane himself.
Herself.
Get a daughter
Of a Kohen.
who profanes himself
Herself.
by herself, yeah. Herself
by prostitution.
by prostitution profanes her father, she is to be put to death by fire.
Yeah, you go.
Burn up.
She don't give no second chance. You know, you get one daughter out there and all that day, she might get a chance to get straightened all up and everything there, but hey, no child, They're just cutting up or dancing all kinds of all out in front of the yard, out in the front of the yard out there. Use the blast, boy, I come in, boy, I was upset.
At the preacher's house.
Yeah. I said, at least you could have went to the back. Yeah, to the back. You out in the front. I mean, right everybody. And they spit in the air. Then I tore that up no more. Ain't do that no more. Had to do it, hey, cause of my position. Say, you making me stink. The little boy that made y'all come over. Maybe this was.
Had to move around.
And so, this is what it said. Our children can make us stink, or they can make us feel good.
That's right.
But most of them. But they used to say that the baddest kids in the place was the preacher's kids, was the preacher's children.
That's the worst kind.
Yeah. But even though if you did do those things there, in some situations that you had to do it, but God had a way for you to straighten that up. We're going to go to Leviticus 22. And he explains some other things there. Leviticus 22. Start reading the first verse there.
Adonai said to Moshe, tell Aaron and his sons to separate themselves from the holy things of the people of Israel, which they set apart as holy for me, so that they will not profane my holy name. I am Adonai. Tell them, any descendant of you,
Any descendant
of your thoughts, all
throughout all your
all
generations.
your generation who approaches the holy thing that the people of Israel consecrates to Adonai and is unclean will be cut off from before me. I am Adonai.
You know, that was one of the reasons why at this place here, when it came, an opportunity came up and everything there, I had to think of that. Keeping church, wanted to use our sanctuary, and wanted to use our church for Sunday, you know, and they would give us money and all of that. There was a lot of Seventh-day Adventists and other Sabbath keep churches that was doing that. And they come and approach me on those things there. And
they approach our house too.
And I told them no.
Macfield too.
Yeah.
He said, no way.
And that's where I draw it from.
That's right. He said, no way.
We designated this place as holy to Yah. And that's what he was talking about. Any place that you have dedicated and did those things there. And that's why I said, whether other folks treat it that way or not, especially because I was part of that. Now, and I recognize the point of it. It was dedicated especially as holy unto him. That's why it's important to me. And I tell us that it's important. And then God proved to me and proved that it was important to him. I told y'all the story. I tell you the story all the time. And it certainly had to have been him, because it certainly couldn't have been us. They said there was too many churches here. And they was talking about us got to go. Amen. And they were determined to get rid of us. Amen. And we was one little family.
That's right. Amen.
We didn't have no reputation. We hadn't been in there a long time and all that like some of them churches had been.
Yeah, but we had a background. Yas family. Yes, and
But they was right about one thing. There was too many.
Somebody had to go.
Little did I know that God was gonna give us not only that they gonna go, but we was gonna get what they had.
Confiscate. That's right.
That's why I say had to be God on that there. We were just getting up to the fact that we were just ask God just for us to be able to just stay here.
In our tent.
Right.
We had a tent.
God not only am I gonna let you stay here, because we just only had this section here. He said, not only am I gonna let you stay here, but I'm gonna give you what they got that went against you.
No, we didn't have this section. You mean we had this section over
See,
there.
yeah, right. Well, that's what I'm talking about. We just had this area.
This is what we built.
Well, no. This is where we had the tent right here.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
was talking about the property that
Okay.
they had of it.
That building right over there belonged to the Baptists.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
with you now. I see where you at.
It was this lot here
Right. That's
that
what
we
it
had,
is. That's
and
what
we
it
had a tent here.
Right.
That's true. That even.
We didn't have a building. We just had a tent here.
Amen.
Right where this is, where it's.
Yeah, right here was where the tent was at. That's right.
Amen.
That place right there that we got there. And that's what I'm saying. Not only that, and we were just asking God for us to be able to stay here.
Right. That's true. That's right.
We didn't ask for all this other. We made a dedication for this place here and all that. And then when we built this place and everything, we dedicated this and all those things and all the seats and all that. We dedicated to Yah.
But everyone that come against us, God removed them.
That's exactly right. And like I said, I didn't know that he was going to give us that. Hey, but that Baptist, and that we come our place, they we moved in there and those things there. Then over there, that Holy Church over there, that's our parking lot.
We got the whole block.
Yeah, we got the whole thing. That's right.
The whole block.
Yeah, right there in front of the Holy Church.
Right
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Baptist church. Yeah, and now what they say, and then here we come in this little corner here, and they say, hey, too many churches here.
They didn't have a 17 churches.
Woo! Clean up.
And not only that, but and it wasn't the fact that they worked at trying to get rid of us. That's why I said it had to be God.
Yeah.
Homeless and Baptist,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against the Sabbath.
yeah.
They went uptown, man, and signed petitions and stuff.
Together.
Then after that didn't work, then they threatened us.
Mhm.
If it been a Sunday church, they wouldn't have did nothing.
Oh, no, they probably wouldn't have said nothing.
No.
Because we're on the same page.
Right.
We've been fellowshipping together properly.
Bring the catfish down to
Uh-huh. And that's why I told them no.
Don't forget they close in.
And so when it came there and all of a sudden, then Elder Michael already told them no. And then when I came, then they presented to me. Well, they said, well, now he's gone and everything. Then they come to me and they asked me, and I told them no too. I said, hey, look, because we have dedicated wholly to Yah, we can't contaminate that. We get blamed for that. The Kohanim would get blamed for that if he did those things there and then turn around and did that.
You can't mix up God.
We all would have been in trouble.
That's right.
But with that,
Come in with Sunday, the chilling dinners.
fighting in the Sabbath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do that kind of stuff, man.
You can't mix up with God.
And there's a premises for it right there. What you have dedicated wholly to God and everything, then you want to turn around and let it out to something of that. No, God's going to blame you for that.
Amen.
That's why on the Sabbath day, anything within your gates, you ain't supposed to let, whether they believe it or not, and all those things, if they're within your gates today, you ain't supposed to let them break the Sabbath. Right?
That's right.
Dedicated all this to be holy and part of what God has said.
And Matthew had a Sabbath brother, Norman. Him and Ellen Maxwell was good friends.
Yeah.
He had a church. He did his. He rented his out.
And get on that field to do it.
Yeah, now he gone. The church is gone, and everything.
Yeah.
That's just like that, I don't know who cut yards for, but he seen us over here. He came in, you know, with his what's called skin, yeah, pork skin.
Uh-huh.
That's true. Oh yeah, I was, hey man, you better get that out of here. Yeah, you better get that pork out of here.
There you go.
So he went out, then I followed him. I said, now what you want?
She'll put him on the ground.
That's the basis of what I'm saying about us. You got a police just like every one of y'all are held responsible because you're held responsible for that. That's why we done told you that this place is dedicated to those things there, and then you are part of it, then you are held responsible for that. And you have the right to tell them, no, you can't come in. No, you can't do it. No. Every one of y'all ain't gotta wait for me to come to do all things.
Just like your car, you know, hey, you don't allow nobody to work on sports in your car.
See? Therefore, well, people ain't gonna like that, then all so what? I don't care.
Yeah.
Care about what y'all. He's old.
Yeah, if you don't be feeling that young and like, nah, I'm not letting them come in any kind of way they want to do it and all that kind of stuff, and not respect God's house, not respect those things there. He said, rebels my sanctuary.
Right.
And if we have declared this to be a sanctuary and part of it, then we got to act that way.
That's right.
Otherwise, he's gonna hold us responsible.
You know, I knew the man didn't know. He didn't know no better, you know, but to him, you know, hey,
Right.
but hey, unclean.
If you don't do that, then they'll come right in there and want to be a part of it. And then they come in there, and then next thing you know, the kids are munching on some skins in here.
Cause he did it, and you let him go.
Yeah, poor skin.
What is
Ooh, boy.
that? In the sanctuary too?
Yeah.
Taking this stuff out.
Oh, one of the members?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. They was trying to come in.
Yeah, they,
Oh, okay. Oh, he was in baptism.
yeah. And they got mad too.
Just didn't look at his grandson.
Land.
Yeah. Man, I can't do this and we can't do it. We can't sing right. We can't do that. We can't talk right. And can't dress right. And now you can't even eat right every day like that. And then they sit there to eat pork cheese.
Elementary don't play. Ooh, he don't play.
Sit there to eat pork cheese.
Well, he should. He's trying to feed him a snack.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't it his grandson?
I think he knew about it.
Their grandson.
Yeah, they know about it, you know.
But still,
They didn't even think about
I
it.
think he probably tried it.
Well, no, I think that's what they snacked on, his
That was
grandson.
his snack.
Yeah, the grandson that had snacking on that
Keep
thing, you
them
know.
quiet. He calls it.
And hey, but you know the poor skin, they make a lot of
Yeah, they do.
yeah, right.
He knew without looking at what it was.
Yeah, something. See, it just for that to show up, it was just for that there.
I used to like him.
Yeah. I did. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah,
And they make that noise and the puppet sound and everything. See, now that's what I'm talking about. Hey. Yeah. This is why you need to learn something and come in there thinking all that very stuff that get rid of that stuff.
Get it out of him.
Uh-huh. But these was the background, these was the basis for why we do those things there. And that's why I say it takes time for people to come and learn all these things. They don't just come in and learn this in a couple of days and stuff like that. It takes a while for them to learn all these things. And why we have rules like we do, and why we have things there.
You say, when we all get to heaven, what?
That's right. Bless him on that. Yeah.
That's why he said, I can't do this, I
Yeah, right.
I feel good about everything.
Everything, right.
You didn't want to learn.
But see, there are people, that's why you can't just cater down to everything, because there are people coming in with their own preconceived ideas and they're full of all that stuff there and stuff, and they got, and when they need to be dumping all that stuff. See?
Yeah, everybody wants to keep the salary.
See? Well, he was kind of like a Sabbath keeper, but but they didn't just,
Sanctification.
yeah, they thought that they could just do what they want, and they thought they had their own ideas and stuff, And sometimes you get caught up with stuff, like a friend of ours, he was eating pork and beans. Now he knew about the pork and all that, and he even tell her about it, but yet still for some reason.
It just didn't dawn on him.
Yeah, but something it's just didn't dawn. He liked the pork and beans, he liked the beans, and everything. And hey, I like it. And then when I told him about that, man, you got to let that. Now, fella, now what's going on? Yeah, you done told me I can't eat this, and I can't eat my catfish, I can't eat my squirrels, and I again. Now you want to get on my beans. Now what's wrong with the beans? Well, he knew that there. He knew that there and all that. That the flood of it. He just hadn't dawned on it,
He liked him too well.
So me and the Shabbat was telling, fella, here's what's wrong with it, right here on the can.
They said pork in the bean.
Right. And he still was hard to be defined. Hey, look, read it. Oh. Then he got mad at his own self. This, I did, I knew it. I said, I'll be all right. Oh, man. They got to go, And so sometimes we get locked in on, and that's why we need people to help us and to correct us and to do those things, so that we can do those things. We need one another. See? Because we can get locked into a certain situation there, and it don't dawn on us those things there. So therefore, we have to do it. But and that's what I'm saying. In case those things do happen, read on.
Okay. Adonai said, any descendant of with Tazarah or a discharge is not to eat the holy things. Is not to eat the holy things until he is clean. Anyone who has touched a person made unclean by a dead body, or who has had a similar emission, semen, or who has touched a reptile or insect that can make him unclean, or a man who is unclean for any reason, and who can transmit anything, or transmit to him his uncleanness. The person who has touched any of these will be unclean until evening, and is not to eat the holy things unless he bathe his body in water.
That's the first step.
After sunset, he will be clean, and afterward he may eat the holy things, because they are his food.
Now, there's a restriction that you just can't just go in and eat any time you order. You have to understand the situation that you're in. See? And if you're a Kohen and you want to go to some funeral and all saying, first of all, you're not to defile yourself because you never know who you're going to get on. But in case you did do that there, you had to make sure that it was a time that you didn't have to do no service till the sun went down. If you have made yourself unclean by going to a dead or touching the dead or something like that, then you know that you was unclean. Had to take a bath, and after the sun goes out, then you're like, God is a good guy, because he knows that sometimes, we get locked up to certain things there, and so we have to understand that through that. But if we just bypass the whole thing, say, I ain't got nothing to do with it and all that don't protect me. No. We have to understand those things and operate in that light. Okay? That it might be well with us and that it might work out for us. So, understanding, dear folks, that we got something different from all the other folks. Also the fact that there are 613 laws, right?
Yeah, there is.
But all 613 laws do not apply to all of us.
Right.
See? Because there's a certain amount that only applies if you are Kohanim. And then there are some that don't apply if you are the Kohen Haggadah. And there are some that apply only if you're the king. See? Therefore, but the whole thing goes for the whole body for it to work out. And so we got to come to the understanding, and therefore this is why we can't compare ourselves among ourselves. We go to the book of 1 Corinthians, which is wrapped up for today. 1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter. And we got to understand some things about why different people get treated different than others, and those things there. Hey, we all supposed to be treated alike. No, you're not all on the same level. You don't all have the same responsibility. See? 1 Corinthians 12. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 12. And I think we're going to start at the 10th verse there.
To another, the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another the ability to judge between spirits, to another the ability to speak in different kinds of tongues.
Now everybody, notice this, we have different levels, we have different responses. Everybody don't do the same thing. But we still have the body. Some have special skills to do this here. And others have other things and all those things. But I can't judge you. I can't compare myself and you're qualified to do some other things. See? We have some folks in there that can sing and they can just do it natural. I ain't never had no singing lessons or nothing. And I don't care how many lessons you have and everything, you ain't gonna be able to sing like them. Or to speak, or to teach, or even draw. There are some folks can just draw. We get it all like we all know. No, it's not. That's not true. And we got to understand those things. And if we don't, we're gonna run into trouble. See? Read on.
Okay. And to yet another, the ability to interpret tongues. One and the same Spirit is at work in all these things.
You mean to tell me you can't interpret tongues? Something wrong with you. Yeah. You mean to tell me you can't detect different spirits? Something wrong with you. You ain't right. don't have that gift. You don't have that ability. Everybody can't teach the same way. Everybody don't have that ability to do those things. There are people that can just teach better. As I say, sing better, talk better. They have to just get that gift to do it. There are people that just for friendly and just talk and just step up, talk to somebody, and just like never meet a stranger, as it says. And there are some people can't do that. You don't say, well, there's something wrong with you. You ain't right because you can't do that. No, you got to understand that. There are different levels and there are different requirements and different things that goes along with that. Read on.
Okay. And the same Spirit is at work in all these things, distributing to each person as he chooses. For just as the body is one, but has many parts, and all the parts of the body, through many, continue though many, continue one body, constitutes one body. So it is with the Messiah. For it was by one Spirit that we were all immersed into one body, whether Jews or Gentiles, slaves or free, and we were all given the same Spirit to drink. For indeed, the body is not one part, but many.
Mm-hmm.
If the foot says, I'm not a hand.
So here's where comparison comes in. Here's where we have a problem in comparing ourselves among ourselves. Okay? Here's the problem that comes along. And this is why we got to be very careful. And that's why I said, if we compare ourselves among ourselves, that's wise. Okay, now I just want to say I'm in a sleep. I want to test you to see I'm in a sleep. He said, we do that. That's not wise. That's not a wise thing to do. Because here now the foot is saying,
I'm not a hand.
I ain't a hand.
So I am not part of the body.
Yeah. You don't treat me like you treat the hand. How the hand get away with doing so and so and so and I can't do that there and all that there. We all supposed to do that. Why she can do this and there, she can't do it. Or why he can do so and so and the other can't do that. Now you just got you a special, you just got somebody, you just got this and that. No, there are different requirements.
Amen.
Now you just got your charge. That what they kept saying to Moshe about Aaron. They said that he was the Reubenites and all these special boy, and then and the core of them they brought up you just showing Neptunism, you just showing to your family, I know you're gonna stick to your family, you're gonna do all that. Hey, God is the one that chose Aaron.
He proved that when it's rod, but
That was the whole settlement for it.
but they still yet.
And they still didn't do it.
I think that foot should read. Think about this a little bit because he's actually carrying the whole weight.
Well, everything has a different responsibility, but see, you don't see that. You don't see that. Read on, let's see what it says there.
That doesn't make it stop being part of the body. And in the ear says, I am not an eye. So I am not part of the body. That doesn't make it stop hearing. How could it smell? But as it is, God advantage each of the part in the body, actually as he wanted them.
Now, therefore, let's understand this. Let's see this. And this is what I mean, and what you got to understand. We are not all on the same level.
Amen.
As you said, when we start looking at the attributes, we all have special attributes. It's just like I told you, one of the regular Kohanins stepped up to the high priest and told him, I'm just as important as you are. He said, what do you mean? You ain't nothing but a lonely peg carrier. He said, you ain't nothing but a lonely peg carrier, and you gonna come up and talk about, hey, I'm the Kohen Haggadah. See? I do this and I do that, and I got this, I got the special garments, I got this here, and I got the breastplate, and which was right. But as I said, each level has its requirements. But the peg holder said, hey, you're right. And I'm not saying that, and I'm not carrying it. He said, but let me tell you something. Until that tent is put up and anchored down, you can't do your job.
Then the Kohen, the high priest can say, well, y'all, look at him. He ain't built this tent so I can.
That's right. But it was not the job of the Kohanim to go out there and set up the tent and all those things there. But you can set up a tent all you want to, but if you ain't got that peg there to hold it down, everything there, all that stuff collapse, ain't nothing going on. So, as you were saying about the foot, when we start comparing ourselves among ourselves, it looks like she gets all the special treatments and I don't get this and all that because you comparing it in the wrong light of things. As you were saying, actually the foot that holds the whole body up. It's the anchor of the whole body. Foot gets the whole body out of trouble sometimes.
Foot run.
Yeah.
You didn't have that eye, you be stepping all the time.
Right.
You run. Right there.
You show you watch what you run.
Then if you had to hear it, get out of there. That's the fire. See, so we need everything there, but you can't say, hey, you don't treat me like the eye.
Because you ain't like the eye.
There you go.
I say that foot is more important than the eye.
Oh,
Right.
that's important.
You know, you get the foot running in, you might run into a wall or something without the eye. Or run into a fence or something.
Without the ear, you can't
Everything
hear.
plays its part.
Run off the cliff.
See, so we need everything working together and understanding our position.
The body.
See? For this place to be here and to do those things there, we need everybody doing their. There's someone out there cutting the yard and everything now. You come in there, you like to do that. They don't walk out there and the grass all up and then you're scared. But no shoulders might be crawling around off an edge stuff. But let me tell you, I keep telling you, ain't no miracles happening around here. Somebody has to do it. So that person that does that has to be restricted to do those things. And that's the bottom line to it. So here, in closing for today, are we able to live a separated life? For y'all. That's what we got to do. We all got to live a separated life. We all got to have a restriction. Different levels for different folk, but yet still there's a certain level that we all got to have restriction. And if the price is too high, that's your determination. But I'm here to tell you that there is no there is no higher price, see, than for eternal life in my books. Therefore, whatever restriction it takes, I'm willing to do it.
Amen.
You can't be popular among your kinfolks and all that stuff there. I'm telling you these things because that's the way that happens. You can't be popular among all your kinfolks and everything there and think that you're going to be right with y'all. It ain't going to happen. So I tell folks all right off the bat, if this is what you think and all that stuff, and hey, I'm getting along with my kinfolks, I'm choosing my kinfolks, and my blood going apart, then you ain't going to make it.
That's right.
Kinfolk is gonna be off your porch and all that.
Right, because all our blood kinfolks ain't righteous.
I don't go to that house. What do you get mad with me?
If you don't eat, then they're gonna talk about you.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to.
People ain't gonna talk about you anyway.
So if you can't stand that, yeah, you get up there eating.
I didn't go to the funeral of my mother-in-law.
So, dear folks, we got to make a specialty. We got to be different from all those folks there. And if we're not, hey, then that's us and our problems that we have. See? All right, we're going to wrap this up today because we got something else special to do here. And this closes our service for today. And trust that y'all will bless you and keep you. And hope to see you next week for those things there. And as our oath is, how should we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget the old Yerushalayim, let my right hand forget her kind. If I not remember thee, let my tongue forget my mouth. If I prefer not Yerushalayim above my chief joy. Psalm 137, verses 5 and 6. Okay, we're going to ask the ushers to go forth.